Cheltenham is basically our Olympics. It's 4 days of the most competitive racing of the year, where the best take on the best. I'm really happy with where all the Cheltenham horses are, so just don't need anything silly to go wrong, really.
It's all about the best horses, the best trainers, the best jockeys. It's a wonderful occasion.
Quite some sight as we approach the first.
Looking forward to it. My first ride in the Gold Cup. Hopefully it run well.
Cheltenham, it is more special than anywhere else, simple as that.
The white-faced Oscar Elite orange jacket is latched on as well.
I was part of it all before, but I want to get my name on there.
It's the week before Cheltenham. Joe is having a final look at the team he is taking to the festival.
We're on the Wednesday before Cheltenham. The forecast was right for once. We had a bit of snow, but it's a nice bit of moisture because we need it. Desperately need it. That's riding all right, isn't it? Riding all right? Well, it can only go wrong now, as simple as that. You see horses drop out every day of the week. You just got to hope that it's not one of ours. Spread out a bit and you won't get bits kicked in their face. Give yourselves 10 lengths. Give yourselves a bit of room, Holly. I'm more concerned my poor horses are getting lumps of ice hitting their fucking eyeballs. They've pretty much done all their work, There's not masses to do. Horses are in good form, lots of seconds, loads and loads of seconds. They might be just that they're waiting to win at Cheltenham.
Joe has selected a small team of horses he believes are in with a chance.
Lixard and Ertz, big breakaway. Oscar's Elite. Changing Man, Eldorado, Allen. I'm really happy with where all the Cheltenham horses are, so just don't need anything silly to go wrong, really. Oh, hello, Tommy. Rachel, you haven't got any bra on, Rachel. Well, Cheltenham is basically our Olympics. People try to say it's not all about Cheltenham, but it is. And if you don't want to be part of that, you're not really in the right game, I don't think. It's 4 days of the most competitive racing of the year, where the best take on the best. We strive to try and get as many horses with chances to Cheltenham as we can, and I think it's our duty to do it for our owners and for our sport and for ourselves. A lot of our horses have been big prices. Golden Chieftain and Few Card in his first bumper was 40 to 1. Native River, you never let yourself believe with a Gold Cup. I was part of it all before, but I want to get my name on there. You get judged on how you perform at Cheltenham. You can drive out of there exhausted and you've had a tough time. There's 600 runners, that's a lot of people that are disappointed. When you have a winner at Cheltenham, it is more special than anywhere else, simple as that.
Colin Tizard and son Joe have a Cheltenham Festival winner.
The team at Ven Farm have experienced festival success in the past, but this is the first time that Joe has led them there, and so naturally, the pressure begins to build.
Part of my job is to believe in my horses, and I wake at night imagining the horses that, if it all goes to plan and the best of them turns up, it gives them a shout. I won't sleep that well for certain because I've become somebody that thinks in the middle of the night. There's days when I don't love it. You know, I want to be competitive in the big races rather than chasing numbers all summer and trying to train 200 winners. I want to be competitive in the big races.
Stable jockey Brendan shares Joe's pressure going into the big meeting. He continues his normal routine, riding a full book of rides at Taunton, but with no success.
You know, he's had a few Cheltenham Festival winners now. He's just become very level every day of the week. He doesn't get too fazed by too much. Because there's a lot of pressure and you go there, and then if you're on a horse that's not quite good enough, then it's not a nice experience.
Had 6 rides today, 4 of which pulled up, mostly due to ground. Anytime I get abuse on social media, I copy and paste a message. So these are all the ones I've got. That how I wish you had died from a broken neck in that fall. Anyways, I wish you break your neck and ribs next time you ride and die a painfully slow death. Asshole bastard. And then I just replied saying, Femi, why are you being such a meanie? Every tweet is just given out about jockeys, footballers. They've literally just got nothing better to do. Right, ready?
Logistically, the team is up against it. With the festival being 4 days long, it's a schedule that weighs down on everyone.
It's a long week. The 4 days you're knackered at the end of it. We never stay at Cheltenham. We always travel up and back. I like being back so I can get up at 6, get all my sort of entries and decks and that. See first lot out and then get changed and go. As many people that want to go for a day at Cheltenham will go. The staff are racing fans as well. They wouldn't be doing it otherwise. So they want to be able to watch it.
Grade 2 winning Oscar Elite gets a visit from his owners leading up to Cheltenham.
He really means everything, actually. It's funny, my children are grown up now, but I was thinking about when I used to go and watch them sport. This is much more exciting. We love all our horses, but he's just got something about him. He's just a special boy. I'm actually really nervous this year. The more I've sort of involved, the more I know what a huge significance it is to actually even have a horse at the festival. I mean, he means more to me than a race.
You know, it's the competition, it's certainly the people. You know, it's quite a buzz, you know, because you read all about these people over 20 years. You know, you sort of read about them and you watch them on TV and suddenly you're sort of part of it. And I think it's not as much just having a horse, and you feel you're almost sort of contributing to the team. You know, you're part of the competition, which is great fun. We talked about having a horse for 20 years. You know, hear all about Colin and Joe and what they've achieved. Marianne was watching the Betfair Chase 2019, and I think Ross Doyle might have been there. Yeah, Marianne said, look, if we're ever going to do this is a person you need to call. He obviously knows everything. I think she was quite struck by his looks as well. I called Ross up in his sort of silky Irish voice, and and I suggested a budget. I think he was rather polite. I said, well, I'm not sure that's really going to get you much. And so anyway, we moved a little bit. Yeah, we had a lovely chat with Joe. That was the beginning, really. Ascot was a real highlight, and it was a real highlight because it came out of the blue.
It was such a thrill, though, for us to be at Ascot. I mean, it was amazing just to be in the winner's enclosure. And Harry Cobden, we were just chatting, and he said, what race would you like to win? And I said, any race at the festival.
It's the first day of Cheltenham. Oscar Elite and the big breakaway have arrived.
It's not a great deal between them, you know. Oscar's elite. He's absolutely bouncing. You know, he's my shortest price horse of the week. Big breakaway. He hasn't run since the Coral Welsh National, but, you know, that was a hell of a run, and it was a hard race for top weight. I didn't sleep very well last night, but try and enjoy it. But the pressure's on a little bit. We do this every year, you know, it's a little thing that we do. We always have a drink. All the owners are invited.
Yeah, it's not too bad, thank you.
Beer, a glass of bubbles, what? Well, lager.
Lager, yeah.
Well, they all get along. I have to get along. You know, they've already had a little bit of stick about 2 in a race, but they are nervous, you know. There's always a lot of hype about Cheltenham.
It's exciting, isn't it? Tizzards do it very well, don't they? They entertain everybody, and we're all in the game together.
I'm praying that the sun is coming out and drying. I am a bit concerned he's going to get stuck in the mud. I'm nervous. I'm excited, but I'm excited just to be here anyway. I was just saying to the boys, it's just too good to be true that he can go again. It's really special.
A warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2023 Cheltenham Festival, where over the next few days no fewer than 5 championship races will unfold on the track. But for now, we wish you the best of luck on Chapel Hurdle Day.
For the past decade, horses and trainers coming from Ireland have dominated the festival. This year is no different, with the Irish winning the first 2 races.
There's all this talk about too many Irish winners and that. It's just a cycle. At the moment they are very strong, but we've never been afraid of competition. We want Cheltenham to be as competitive as it possibly can be, so they need to be here.
With just moments to go before the first big handicap of Cheltenham Festival, the crowds begin to flock to the parade ring.
A glorious afternoon now. Who will land the odds in the ultimate handicap chase? Quite some sight as we approach the first handicap of the meeting.
This is Oscar Elite, the winner of the Reynolds Town, a second season novice and 3rd in the race last year.
Yeah, you never know quite which day you're going to catch him, but he's got 2 really good runs at Cheltenham Festivals in the past.
Number 4 is the next one we'll discuss. This is the big breakaway. He was 2nd in the Welsh Crown National last time out.
Yeah, proper stayer. His win record isn't that good, but at least he's strung back-to-back good performances this season.
Oscar Elite is only £1 higher. He was £4 out of the handicap last year when he finished 3rd behind Corach Rambler.
The big breakaway, I think, could run well.
There's a bigger pressure to deliver now than perhaps ever there has been. Owners, they'd love to have these winners. That's what we're trying to do.
They're off. Got away first time, away to a flyer as well for the Ultimate Handicap Chase. They make the run towards the first of the 20 scheduled fences. Nose-banded Happy-Go-Lucky is prominent.
God, did you see that?
Cloudy going to come on quickly to the second. It was Carl Philippe with the white sleeves.
Stonelast.
At this stage, Oscar Elite is the back marker. Fanny and Destraval is just in front of him.
Can't be very happy with that back position, can he?
Percy thinks they've gone flat out and he can't go any quicker, so he's just having to bide his time.
Over the water they go, watching the tail enders get over it, and once again Oscar Elite was the last one to land. As they begin to freewheel on down the hill and head on now towards fence 9. Fanny and Destraval and Oscar Elite remain the final pair.
Harry's not panicking, is he?
Still towards the rear of the field with Lascalain, Fanny and Destraval and Oscar Elite, and they're about to take the turn, which will bring them to the end of a circuit in the Ultimate.
He's fucking pretty cool, and Nicky's trying to nick as much as he can.
Harper's Brook picking up ahead of Fantastica's Tocqueville Bend.
Yeah, move, Cobby, you fucker.
Still towards the rear of the field, Lascalain, Fanny and Destraval are the final pair. The big breakaway is just in front of them as they head on towards the next plain fence. This is number 13 coming up to them. Watching the rest stream over nimbly enough.
Come on, Harry.
He's close enough now, look, if he gets into it.
About to freewheel on down the hill, he's 4 lengths clear. As they close in on the third last, Harper's Brook draws to it.
Got a chance now, darling.
The white-faced Oscar Elite orange jacket has latched on as well.
Go on, Harry!
Followed through by Oscar Elite, second from the left, fast or slow, then Corach Rambler. 2 out, the Gopher narrowly ahead. From on the far side, Monmouth Genius, here's fast or slow in the dark pool. Corach Rambler coming between horses to hold every chance. 4 of them charging up the hill. Fast or slow, here's Corach Rambler again for back-to-back successes in the race. And it's Corach Rambler who gets there first. Idles a little, but he's going to win home. And it's Corach Rambler again in the Ultima.
5th. Cheltenham, isn't it? Harry would definitely think he was plenty far enough back than ideal, but he's going to be a genius rider. He had to bite the bullet on it and accept. End of the day, he was a length down at the last. He's run a fine race. Big breakaway. That just questions his mentality a little bit. You just wonder whether a Welsh national left his mark on him a little bit. He'll go to the national, calm everybody down a bit, won't it? You come here and you get put in your place. It's racing, we're used to it.
It's the second day of Cheltenham Festival, and Joe's assistants are reflecting on yesterday's performances.
Oscar Elite, I thought, ran a blinder. Personally, I think if it was good ground, he would have been a lot closer, if not would have won, but that's out of our hands. We had plenty to do at the end, and the tank just emptied.
The big breakaway outpaced early on, and he pulled up, but yeah, he'll have another day. Maybe he's sort of more suited to those sort of extreme trips.
Yeah, they've trotted up lovely and sound. They're bright, they've eaten up, so no concerns, as you'd want them to be post-race.
Elixir de Nuts in the Grand Annual today. He's going there in good form. Hopefully he'll run well. Doesn't get any easier to win races at Cheltenham. Fingers crossed.
Escorting Elixir de Nuts to the racecourse today is travelling head lad Richie and regular rider Amir.
Elixir de Nuts, he's been a really, really nice horse and a great horse for us and his owners. It's what we all look forward to in the year. It's all about the best horses, the best trainers, the best jockeys, and it's a wonderful occasion. And if we get a bit of luck in a road for green, I think his form going into the race throws him into a massive each-way shout, I think.
Looking forward and nervous also. Hopefully the horse runs well, because I ride every day the horse. I'm getting goosebumps and sweating. That's all my heart telling me.
We get here and have fun runners and be part of the wonderful occasion. It's what the National Hunt Year is all about. It's what you drive to do and what you want to be part of.
Hello and a warm welcome to Cheltenham Racecourse for day 2 of the festival. Few events in the racing calendar capture the imagination quite like today's feature, the Champion Chase, and we can't wait to see who'll be next to add their name to the Roll of Honour.
Elixir de Nuts comes here in the form of his life. He ran in a grade 2 last time, beaten by a horse that was second in Champion Chase last year. So if they run well, then that enhances his chances. I've never had him so well.
Bit nervous. I'll be jig-jogging round and no doubt I'll be cheering him on quite loudly when he comes up the Cheltenham Hill.
7, Elixir de Nuts, Brendan Powell.
Right, the Grand Annual. Fast, furious, exciting race. Johnny Henderson Grand Annual. Elixir de Nuts 16 with Dad's Lad. Sizing Potsy the same price. Circling for this Grand Annual chase. It'll be fast, furious and unrelenting.
They've got to come around the final part of the bend. Flags are raised now, about to walk in. Oh, they're off. They get away with the last day in the noseband royal blue colours having to be bustled up in rear as they head to the first in the Johnny Henderson Grand Annual.
Good jump, good jump. That's fine. Go on, that's it, perfect. Well done, Brendan. I don't want to be in the front, I don't want to be at the back.
The grey Elixir de Nuts is handy, so too Epsom de Ou as they approach the third.
That's perfect, Brendan. Sit there, stay steady now.
It's Global Citizen who leads the Grand Annual field.
That is perfect. I said 4th or 5th and he's got 3rd, but I'll take that.
Chased a couple of lengths away by Dino Blue to Elixir de Nuts.
They're not going a silly pace either, I don't think.
As they now move on towards fence 6. The grey Elixir de Nuts landed in 3rd.
That's exactly where I think we should be.
And it's 4 from home in the Grand Annual.
Come on, Brendan.
Dino Blue in the hoops remains in second to Elixir de Nuts.
Now push him a little bit.
And then before midnight, Andy Dufresne beginning to make progress down on the inner.
Go on, Brendan. Go on, Nuts.
Over Dino Blue racing in second,
Brendan.
Elixir de Nuts is third, and Mascada is racing close up Red Jack.
Go on, Brendan. Go on, Brendan. Go on, Brendan. Here we go.
3 furlongs to go and they've got 2 left to jump. Global Citizen to Dino Blue in the hoops.
Oh, he's going backwards, yeah. Nah, he's beaten now.
Global Citizen has a lot of challengers. Dino Blue came alongside, Time White unseated, hampered 3rd time lucky.
Go on, Brendan, get in the places.
Bad mistake from Dino Blue. Half the lead to Mascada. 40's on to Dara O'Keefe. Dino Blue gathered up, but the gap has grown to half a dozen lengths. And Mascada is staying on powerfully up the Cheltenham Hill. It's Mascada who wins the Grand Annual.
Oh, never mind. You come here with what you think are chances, and it's just not quite good enough to be competitive in a Grand Annual. But it just highlights how tough Cheltenham is. You know, it's so competitive. It's the best of the best.
It's halfway through the festival, and Joe is reflecting on the week so far.
As a racing fan, it was cracking. We were expecting the Irish to be dominant. You know, we're lucky that we've got one or two that can keep them at bay, and that's how it is. We have to take on the chin for a minute, and it'll swing back round. Go again today, so we're off. Changing man, he just wants to sit 5th, 6th, 7th, but doesn't need to commit. On this track especially, it's a hellish long way from 2 out.
Quietly confident. I think the changing man has run really, really well. He's finished all his races off nicely.
Be competitive, you know, and a nice run. Come home safe.
If they win, even better.
Oh, that would, obviously, obviously, yeah.
The team form close bonds with the horses they work with. Joe's assistant Amanda has become very attached to today's runner.
The Changing Man is a horse that I think very highly of.
Look at the Changing Man has come breezing alongside Risk and Roll.
He's one of this year, he's progressing, he's looking like the sort of horse I think he'll go on and be. The bigger picture is what it's all about. We want the results of the owners.
Here's the final flight, clear by 4 or 5. It's going to be a hat-trick of wins for the Changing Man.
The Changing Man's a lovely young horse. He's absolutely stunning horse. He's a proper racehorse. He's improved and improved and improved, but he needs to improve again.
Riding the Changing Man is stable jockey Brendan Powell.
He's a horse that's on an upward curve and he's earned his right. You know, anything he does this year is going to be a bonus.
You know, he's a lovely fucking horse, so straightforward that you can just... You put him anywhere. Yeah. And he's got enough ability to put you wherever you want in this. He's up for it. Yeah. Good luck. I'm sure he'll travel well for his race and he'll be bang there 2 out, but that's a long way from home and, you know, won't commit too soon. He'll be a better chaser next year, so this will stand him in good stead, whatever.
The outside side on is the Changing Man. And they're off for the Potemps Network final handicap hurdle. They have 3 miles ahead of them, with Bear Gills on the inside as they cross over the first flight of hurdles. Also towards the rear is Good Time Johnny as they go over flight number 2, and down there is Mokkadavassi. Mokkadavassi has fallen, so now they take the dogleg turn, racing on towards flight number 4. The Changing Man towards that one's outside of making ground as they went over. Ned Fox and Burris Park have got a clear break.
He's off quick, isn't he?
The Changing Man towards the outside is in 5th position. Good Time Johnny still right out the back of the field. Maxim, another one who hasn't got involved early, and neither two as thanks for the help.
Yeah, he's shot lovely.
The Changing Man who races in 6th. In 7th is Hector Javelek. As they make the run into the back straight, Burrows Park, who has got the lead over Bear Gills, who races in 2nd position. The Boss Oscar towards the inside, followed by the Changing Man.
Just trying to find a bit of space there.
Salvador Ziggy has made ground now to share 5th position with the Changing Man on his inside, and then the orange of Brandy McQueen around the outer.
That's fine though. It's all right there, see?
So now they begin to make the turn down inside the final 5 furlongs of the Potemps Network final, and they've just got 2 more flights of hurdles to take. Thanks for the help has now switched out quite wide. He's on the tail of Salvador Ziggy, trying to make ground as they go over the 2nd from home. Itchy Feet tries to stay on towards the grandstand side. They're racing down inside the final furlong and a half, and down towards the final flight. It's Green Book now tackled by Mill Green towards the near side. Maxim looking for racing room. Brandy McQueen is right there. Thanks for the help is the Grey, who's got every chance. Then Level Never Ending as they go to the final flight. It's Mill Green who now has the lead. In 2nd, Salvador Ziggy. Then Brandon on the far side. right now. It's good time, Johnny.
We're getting the first one.
Liam McKenna racing up towards the line. It is good time, Johnny, who takes up a 10th. Salvador Ziggy in second, Mill Green maybe third again.
Probably right, 7. Oh, good run, John.
Lucky in a bit there, 1 point.
He was probably, he was
7th,
I think he was 8th, but he was only like, take the winner out, there's 8 of them within the lane. He's run a cracker, John. You think where we were 12 months ago? He is a beautiful horse. We cannot be disappointed with how he's run a blinder. I'm chuffed with him. He's only beaten 3 lanes. I want another one of him. That's all we need, another one of him, John. He's properly held his own, hasn't he?
I could give you a kiss, I mean, that would.
Yeah, he's a gorgeous horse, ran a hell of a race. He ran above expectations.
I'm absolutely delighted with that. I thought he travelled sweetly, he jumped away, he stayed on up the hill. It was a real blanket finish. I couldn't be happier with how he's ran. Yeah, thrilled.
Driving in here year upon year and having ridden, I think it was 2003. Won the Fox Hunters. The riding was an amazing thing, but I got a massive buzz. Running up that hill when Native River won his Gold Cup, it was phenomenal.
Hello and welcome to Cheltenham Racecourse for the 4th and final day as we approach the blue ribbon of jump racing, the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup.
As the Gold Cup approaches, jockey Brendan Powell mulls over his rides so far at the festival.
8 or 9 years ago, I might have been feeling a little bit disappointed. You know, you've got to put things into perspective, and the racing is so competitive, which is what you want, really. Cheltenham is the biggest 4 days of our calendar, but you can't let the whole season revolve around Cheltenham. Just looking forward to it. Obviously, my first ride in the Gold Cup. My friend Eldorado Allen, he's been a good old servant, not just to me, but for the team as well. He's got some good form in his book, so hopefully he'll run well.
It's been a long week at Cheltenham for Joe and his owners, but the biggest race is still to come.
You get home at 7:30 and I was in bed at 9 o'clock. I woke up at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Really privileged, really, to have a horse that's good enough to run in the Gold Cup. If you finish in the first half a dozen, we'll be pleased with him. You know, we've still got one more chance.
A bit nervous today, but we're lucky that we're able to be nervous. It'd be the best day of your life to have a Gold Cup winner when Tizards had Native River. That was very memorable.
Back round to the left-hand side in the grey and now been unveiled is number 5, Eldorado Allen. Yes, the 5-time winner. He's a decent horse in his own right, but he's a massive outsider for the Tizard family. Going to poster for what should be a fabulous Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup.
Next is Eldorado Allen, the outside of the field, 2nd in an Arkle, 3rd in a Ryanair at this meeting in the past.
That's what it's all about, having runners in it is proper. Don't think he'd be last anyway.
And they're off for the 2023 Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup, and it's the Scottish Raider Ahoy Senior that shows in front, Hewick in the centre in the green jacket.
Let me, that's the favourite, second last.
So towards the rear of the field is Eldorado Allen as they jump the second, Protectorat in the centre. As Ahoy Senior goes into a 3 or 4 length lead over Hewick in second place as they run downhill towards the first fence in the back straight. As they jump the water, Galopin de Champ over.
Oh, that was good.
Second or third last still with Eldorado Allen and Royal Pagaille.
That's a good move, though. He fucking bumped him out of it then.
And the pace looking pretty honest, and Statler almost climbing over that fence and is losing ground on the rest of the field.
They're pulling up those back two, aren't they? The favourite is fucking right behind her.
As they move on towards the 2 claim fences in the home straight. Conflated in 5th, then Sounds Russia. Noble Yates on the inside of the grey Eldorado Allen.
He is jumping well. Yeah.
As they now race once again in front of the stands, Royal Pagaille on the outside, up the tard at the back. So Ahoy Senior leads the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup field.
Quite happy with where he is, to be honest.
Ahoy, Senor over, jumping well in the lead.
Shut the door on him, Bert, if you want. That's him running a fucking nice race, isn't he?
Plutar's got plenty to do as they jump this next paved fence.
Hold your position, Bert. Keep a bit fucking closer, Bert.
As they reach the top of the hill with 4 fences left to jump.
People fucking nick a place here.
Conflated over in front. Galopin des Champs.
Give him up a bit, Bert. Fuck's sake.
And Eldorado Allen as they run down the hill towards the third last. Then Royal Pagode and Eldorado Allen. They run round the final turn and looks a big danger. They run down to the second last.
Oh, Galopin des Champs running away.
Is Galopin des Champs a lovely jump?
Oh, he's gone. We might get fucking 4th or 5th.
Galloping on together. There's nothing between them.
This looks impressive, mind, doesn't it?
Man's game and Galopin des Champs. But Galopin des Champs landed running and he's away as they race up the hill.
I don't know where the fuck we are even.
It's Galopin des Champs who gallops to glory in the Gold Cup. In second, Brave Man's Game conflated in third.
Probably about 7th, was he?
Protectorate, then Royal Pagode and Eldorado Allen.
Dramatic. Alright, where did you finish in then? 7th?
About 7th, yeah.
They thought he was 125 to 1 outside the lot and he finished halfway.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah.
That's against the best of the best. We've dined at the top table all winter, haven't we? We've been second, 4th in the King George, 7th in the Gold Cup. We'll make a couple of entries at Aintree. Enter him in the bowl and we're entering in a handicap.
Yeah.
I think he's ran bloody well. He travelled great. He hadn't embarrassed himself, that's for certain. Cracking race. It's a Gold Cup, that's why it's a blue ribbon, you know, and it's a privilege to be involved in it. And we've held our own, so no, I'm not disappointed at all. Cheltenham's Cheltenham, isn't it? And the majority have run their race, and that's about where we are. You know, you build yourself up, you look forward to being competitive, back to reality. Well, the Grand National, from a public point of view, it's probably the main race of the year. You know, it's huge.
And they're off for the Randox Grand National Handicap Chase.
People say if you win a Grand National, you get more public acknowledgement than you do if you win a Gold Cup.
This is a big breakaway. Obviously, his run at Cheltenham's a bit of a concern.
You know, he's got to get into a rhythm.
We run sort of with the enthusiasm we did at Chepstow in the Welsh National when he was second, and we've got a great each-way chance, I think.
We know that, unfortunately, horses get injured. To think that they think they're going to be able to storm it and stop it, I don't see what they're going to achieve.
Apparently there's some protesters that have blocked the fence.
Oh, fuck. I don't think they achieved anything from doing what they were doing.